maximizing the potential of the Sudanese market under the African Continental Free Trade Agreement. So we start with the Sudan. Sudan was broken into Sudan and South Sudan some years back, one of the newest countries in the world. Interestingly, just like Ethiopia and Eritrea also broke up, it has not solved their problem. It has not solved their problem. I think that's a lesson for Nigeria. That's a lesson for Nigeria. We have to find a way to sort out our issues that I'm thinking of breaking up. Because really, you will now discover that even among the people that want to break up, some people are better than the other. You now see the ethnicity now localized. That's the nature of humans. This country have access to water, so it's not a landlocked country, having border with Egypt, Libya, Chad, Central African Republic, South Sudan, Eritrea, and Ethiopia. This is a 41 million people country. It's a lower middle income country and ranking about 171 on the ease of doing business, scoring 44.8% according to the World Bank report. It's a Northeast African country bordering Red Sea and between Egypt and Eritrea. Like I said, it's not a landlocked country. That's a coastline that is reasonably wide. And the coastline is about 853 kilometers. It's predominantly Sunni Muslim with a very small Christian minority. The population is about 46.7 million. Language is Arabic, English. The product, agri product. Sugarcane, sorghum, milk, granite, onion, sesame seed, goat milk, millet, banana, wheat. These are all the products produced in this country. When you see the list of a product like this, they give you two information. Information number one, this is a sign that product like this, if shipping to that country at a cheaper rate, will sell because they're already producing and there's a market already. It's also a sign that there are competitors. You now have to check if you are more competitive in terms of your pricing. That is also predominantly Muslim affair, the culture of the people. That also to be put into consideration in your marketing plan. The industries in Sudan include oil, cotton, textile, cement, edible oil, sugar, soap, shoes, proto refining, pharmaceuticals, armament, automobile, and light truck assembly, and then milling. It's a lower middle income country. That means an average person in this country earns between $1,000 and $4,000. You can see that the per capita GNI figure, per capita income is about 1,040. So between 1,000, if you earn between 1,000 and 4,000, between 4 and 12 is upper middle, and more than 12 is high income countries. Urbanization is 35.6%, not so bad, but that's a challenge. And the reason is because the less urbanized the population of a country, the higher the cost of distribution. The higher the cost of distribution. The more urbanized, the lower the cost of distribution. That means you won't have to transport the goods far into the countryside to be able to reach the people you are trying to reach. Literacy level is about 60.7%. Inflation is amazing, 50.2%. Nigeria is about 17% or thereabout, and we're complaining. This is terrible. GDP is about 24.9 billion. The GDP of this country is probably not up to GDP of, it's not up to GDP of Agege. Because the GDP of Lagos alone is over 100. GDP composition, Greek, 39%. Services, 57%. Industry, 2.6%. Now, services is a big deal in Africa. Since Africa did not catch up with the Industrial Revolution, maybe we'll be able to catch up with the revolution taking place in IT. India, Southeast Asian countries have been able to lash into that. And I feel Africa also can do a lot in that space, because it requires less infrastructure like you need for the regular industry. So 57% is commendable in this country. But look at the age structure. As usual, whenever there is poverty, more children are given birth to, hence young population in Africa. What's the population of this country? Can you see it? The population is 60% below 25 years. And I'm always interested in that particular population. The reason is obvious. That's the future. That is the major population. Those are the people that cannot be sidelined or neglected by any company that would like to do business in any of these countries in Africa. So let's ask our question again today. What do you want to export? Do you think I export that item? Is there enough demand for it? Do you have a compelling value proposition? Do you understand your target market? Can you meet the market price expectation? Do you have a distribution and marketing plan? Do you have the capacity and capability to export? Have you investigated payment issues? Can you fund your export drive? Have you completed an export plan? You know, we recently worked on an export readiness checklist. This export readiness checklist was developed in the course of my PhD program on trying to investigate the reason why it's been a challenge for many African countries to be able to grow their export volume. And I realized that the challenge is that many of them are not ready. So they start, they are not able to continue. Some are not able to even start at all because of the challenge of export readiness. And this is one of the, that's what these questions try to answer. We've also tried to make a link available for those that might want to check themselves to be sure you have a product you want to export. How ready really are you for export? How ready really are you for export? What we try to do after you have done that readiness test is to be able to extract for you what you need to work on, your area of deficiency, and then recommend to you how to fill in the gap of those areas of deficiencies. In 2018, Sudan was the number 92 in terms of the size of economy in the world, in terms of GDP, 118 in total export and 114 in total import, 128 in the economic complexity index. Economic complexity index has to do with the ratio of knowledge that go into what you sell. If I'm exporting yam, there's no knowledge going into that. That's just as assisted by nature. But if I'm exporting yam flour, yes, there is a knowledge that have gone into it, or yam flakes or yam chips. Even though the knowledge level is not high, but the knowledge quotient, it makes sense than exporting ordinary yam. And the higher the complexity index of an economy, the higher the income of that country, because they are able to command more income from buyers abroad. This country exported 4.08 billion and imported 7.47 billion in 2018, having 3.39 billion deficit. Top export of Sudan are crude oil, gold, oil seed like sesame seed, sheep and goat, insect resin, And top import item of Sudan is wheat, raw sugar, packaged drugs, medicaments, cars, and rubber tires. The destination. Sudan export mostly to UAE, India, China, and Saudi Arabia with Indonesia. They import from China again, UAE, India, Saudi Arabia, and Russia. Pretty much importing and exporting from the same set of people. Someone say no audio. Please, can you hear me, please? If you can hear me, kindly indicate. My mic is not muted. If you can hear me, kindly indicate, please. Sheyi is saying no audio. Can you hear me, please? Anybody? Can? Okay, good. Uzoma can hear me, James can hear me, Maria can hear me. So, Sheyi, I think it's better you just check your audio again. All right. Now, remember this country spent $7.48 billion to import. What are they importing? What are they importing? They are importing raw sugar, wheat, cars. Let's drill down into the detail of import of this country. Let's drill down into the detail of import of this country. Let's drill down. They spend $50.1 million to import sunwood, wood fiber board, plywood, wood carpentry, other wood articles. They spend $89 million. Always remember, $1 million is about 500 million naira in today's Nigeria. So $2 million is $1 billion naira. Amazing. That's interesting. They spend about $90 million to import milk, concentrated milk, egg, poultry, frozen bovine whey, edible offals, butter, milk. They spend $104 million to import petroleum products, refined petroleum products, cement, petrol, quicklime, petroleum jelly, kaolin. They spend $135 million to import palm oil, seed oil, margarine, other pure vegetables. They spent $161 million to import rubber footwear, leather footwear, textile footwear. They spent $213 million to import postage stamps, total paper, toilet paper, kaolin coated paper, paper container, uncoated paper, cellulose fiber, newsprint, brochures. They use $670 million to import rubber tires, plastic lead, ethylene polymers, raw plastic sheet, propylene polymers, plastic houseware, polyacetal, $617 million.
To get the full video, check the description or visit www.globaltradecollege.com.